Good damn morning, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Hey, what the hell is going on here? Who are we dealing with? Because I saw another side of Bidenis Pervertis yesterday. This wasn't the first time, but it's the first time in a long time. Of course, I'll put a link to the video. You've heard about it. Joe Biden getting into a little bit of a heated argument with an auto worker in Michigan. And he told this man, he said, "You're full of shit." I was like, what? So then you watch it a couple more times. You see a couple different videos. I think the link that I have, it has subtitles. Because, there's a lot of noise going on, other people talking and stuff. But the subtitles are so you can see what they're saying. But one thing that this subtitle didn't have that I saw somewhere else, but the other clip had a bunch of other commentary with it and shit. So I didn't watch all that. But I did see the part in the video where he says, "Don't tell me not to babble. I'll slap you in your face." What? We'll get to that. So, yesterday, Bidenis Pervertis was at some kind of auto plant somewhere in Michigan. And there's a bunch of people there. Biden supporters, they all came to see him. Some of them had their t-shirts and their signs and shit. So, the video starts with him talking to what looks like a younger guy, maybe in his 30s at the most. And he's talking to the dude and he says, "Why are you trying to take away our guns?" And Biden says, I'm not trying to do it. He's like, "You're full of shit." He's like, "No, I'm not. There's a viral video." "Oh, well, just like the other viral videos they put out, they're all lies." He's like, You had Beto O'Rourke up there saying he's going to be in charge. Beto O'Rourke said, "I'm going to take your AR-15s and your AK-47s. So Biden is like, "No, that's not true. I have a 20 gauge, a 12 gauge. I hunt. My kids hunt. I'm not trying to take your guns away." He's like, "But I am trying to take your AR-14s. Now, Biden's had a lot of what they call gaffes. I'm not going to count that. That one I'm not going to count against him. Because he was close. It was in a heated argument. I'll give him that one. So he's like, "Yeah, we'll take your AR-14s, your AK-47s. He's like, "Do you need 100 rounds?" And I remember what the guy said after. Some of it, would say inaudible. But to speak to that, so fucking what if I want 100 rounds? Or 1,000 rounds? Or 100,000 rounds? I'm a law-abiding American citizen. I pay my taxes. I'm not a felon. I can have what I want. I don't care if I take those 100,000 rounds and stick them up my nose and or my ass. Not in that particular order. They're my bullets. They're my guns. I can do what I want. I can have as many as I want. I don't need to justify why I have it. I have it because I want it and I paid for it. That's all you need to know. Why do you give a shit? Why can't I have 100 rounds or whatever I want? Why? I'm not going to shoot anybody. I'm not going to go to a mall or a gathering or a school. I'm going to go to the shooting range where most normal law-abiding gun owners go to fire their weapons. I'm going to the range. I'm going to go hunt. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do within the parameters of the law. Because that's how most of us operate, within the parameters of the law. Don't worry about why I want 100 rounds. That's none of your fucking business. So then he tells the guy, he's like, "Hey man, you work for me." And Biden's like, "I don't work for you." What did he tell him? It's in the video. But the guy says, "You work for me." Biden's like, "I don't work for you." Oh, there's the problem. There's the problem. Your mindset's all fucked up, government. You do work for us. You do work for that dude, Joe. You're a public servant. You're lucky we don't make you bow before you address us. You do work for us. You work for that man. That's your boss. Show some respect. So then when Joe's like, wait, the guy says, don't babble. And then Joe says, don't tell me not to babble. I'll slap you in your face. He threatened another citizen. A sitting senator threatened an American citizen. I don't know what you guys do. I don't know you all personally. But let me ask you this. What would your boss do if you threatened, or what could you do if your boss threatened to slap you in the face? Sounds like a call to HR. Sounds like a possible lawsuit. Even more so, what would your boss do if you threatened to slap them in the face? I think you might have to get law enforcement involved. You can't threaten people, Joe. But which Joe are we dealing with? Are we dealing with hair sniffing of the young Bidenis Pervertis? Are we dealing with Joe the fucking gangster Biden? Because he didn't seem too senile there. He was, what? Mr. Biden, it's time to go to bed. What? They're flying over my head? That's not who we saw yesterday. That's not who we saw in that 2018 interview that I've spoken of before, where he's sitting there with other three-piece suited men bragging about how he handled the Ukraine. You know, the bullshit they were accusing Trump of for that whole waste of time, sham, charade, bullshit, impeachment, quid pro quo, do something for me or I'm gonna withhold this from you. That's what Biden did on tape. So he's up there with these other dudes bragging, saying, yeah, I talked to him, I think it was the president of Ukraine at the time, when Obama was in office, and he says, I told him, hey, look, get rid of this prosecutor or I'm going to withhold, this $1 billion+ from you. I leave in 6 hours. Son of a bitch. Guess what? They removed the prosecutor before I left. Bragging. Very clear, concise words. Very calculated and cold, the way he talked about it. Like I'm a businessman. You do what I say, bitch. It wasn't who we've seen. It wasn't the thing. This mushmouth dummy we've seen on the campaign trail. That's not who we saw in that interview. That's not who we saw yesterday. Now, this is an unnecessary question because you know the answer, but I'm going to ask it anyway. What would happen if Trump went out on the campaign trail and threatened to slap somebody in their face? I know, right? I'm only asking to point out the fucking hypocrisy. And even Bidenis Pervertis or Gangster Joe, whoever we're dealing with, even he couldn't escape the backlash if the person he threatened was a POC. Oh, shit. Biden would be in trouble because you can't threaten people of color with a slap to the face. No colored person can survive that. To any disgusting cis white male, that's nothing. But to a colored person, a slap in the face could be lethal. And just imagine if Trump threatened to slap a person of color across the face. Oh, shit. Cancel school, cancel Christmas, cancel every damn thing. I told you, he's a racist. You see that? He threatened to slap that person because they were colored. Fuck out of here. You know the outrage would be endless. They'd be like, I told you, look, this is a clear case of racism. Because obviously if you threaten to slap somebody who's darker than you, it's deep-rooted in racism. They can't handle it because of slavery, right? You see, hear how stupid that shit sounds when you say it out loud? Oh, man. Biden, you're a crazy old bastard, aren't you? But I don't think I'm buying the senile, lost at the mall old man that they're trying to put out there. I don't know if I buy that yet, because we keep seeing little snippets of what he's probably really like. I wouldn't be surprised if when Biden's done every day on the campaign trail, he's going into his hotel, Mr. Biden, Vice President Biden, Biden. The door closes, he's like, whew, shit, let me take this off. Rips off a mask. It's not even Joe Biden. Who knows who's under there? Maybe it's Hillary's dumb ass. But I'm not buying that yet. I can't. We keep seeing these little things pop up. Is he the greatest actor to ever touch this planet? Or is he a crazy old bastard and they're winking at Bernie's, propping his ass up until the election's over? I don't know which one it is. Because last night I saw Gangster Joe. He was like, hey, you fucking full of shit. Eh? I'll fucking slap your ass. Still, hey, but props to that dude. He'll probably get doxxed. We'll find out who he is. But props to that dude because he was not scared at all. He did not care that he was talking to the former vice president of the United States. That man knew he was talking to an employee. So he tells the dude, and when it's done, well, first of all, the guy says something to him, and you hear somebody, oh, okay, thank you, and then Biden's like, hey, hold up, shut the fuck up. I can handle this. So he engages the guy. When it's over, one of the union, he had some hard hat on, some shit on, some union piece of shit rep. He tells him, oh, you represent the company. He's like, I don't represent anybody. He's like, I represent myself. He's like, you guys think what you want to think. I have my own mind because I'm a fucking American, end quote. He said, I'm a fucking American. That's right. He's an American. Like I can stand right here and tell you what I think and tell you that you're full of shit. Because you are, Joe. You said you put your arm around that scrotum sack, phony hawk, and said that you are going to be in charge of this gun problem. You haven't seen the last of this guy. Clearly knowing that he wants to take people's guns. Now, did he say he wants to take all types of guns? No. He didn't have to. He still said that he wants to take legal firearms. What the fuck is a weapon of war? I'll tell you what a weapon of war is. Anything you choose to turn into a weapon of war. Weapons of war used to be axes and swords and spears and hammers. They weren't always guns. A weapon of war can be anything. Assault rifle, assault weapon. Anything can be an assault weapon if you use it to assault, you jackass. I can take a bag of cotton balls, and if I hit your ass over the head with it, it's an assault weapon. Now, I know the AR-15s are big, scary, and black. I know that, but it doesn't mean you can take them away because they are legal. And the guy even said, why are you focusing on what you call assault weapons or assault rifles when the overwhelming majority of gun violence is carried out with handguns? Look at some of the top mass shootings in our country's history. It was handguns. Virginia Tech, anybody? But don't give me this assault rifle bullshit. Any rifle can be an assault rifle if that's what you use it for. Why do they refuse this? Clearly. But they refuse to see it because it doesn't support their narrative. Well, that auto worker in Michigan was not having that shit yesterday. That was so funny, man. You got to see the video if you haven't already, of course. I'll put the link in the description box. Man. Oh, that shit was so funny. And so yeah, man, I mean, what can you say to that? Will this be it? I mean, because we're going until November, and Biden, of course, is going to be the nominee. They're going to do Bernie dirty again. Bernie, just tuck those dockers down right now and let them give you the business now and get it out of the way. Why are you going to wait till November? Why are you going to prolong that anymore? I don't know, but I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see the day when Bernie drops out because of the fucking billionaire. Yo, I'm going to watch that video again, even though I've seen it like 10 times already, of Biden telling that dude. He says it. Don't tell me I babble. I will slap you in your face. You can't do that, Joe. Or should I say, fucking Joey. So there's either Bidenis Pervertis, who will sniff any 10-year-old within a half mile, or it's Joey, you're fucking full of shit. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you for these nuggets. We're only in March, people. March. We got 8 months to go, and it's only going to get better, and I will be right here, and hopefully you are too. But if it's Wednesday to you, it's Monday to me, which means I got to hop in this damn rat race. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit liberal cries. Utilize the PayPal link and the Teespring link to get your green gear. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.